Yes, can anyone just tell me what is the, okay, why we are using this array, or what is the actual definition with respect to this array? Yes, array is nothing but the collection of, yes, collection of similar type of data. Yes guys, similar type of data. Yes, why similar type of data? Yes, array is nothing but the collection of similar type of data, because when we are going to initialize any array, at that time, first of all, we are going to initialize that particular array with the help of data type. And if suppose we are using, for example, here in this case, we are using the data type as an integer. So that particular array is going to only store the integer types. Okay, so that's why array is nothing but the collection of similar type of data. Yes, everyone clear with this? So
Yes, sir.
yes, okay. So after that, we have discussed different types or different ways in which we are going to initialize that array. So this is the first way, which is available in front of your screen. Second one, directly we are going to pass different values inside the curly bracket. Yes, this is the another way. So, and how we are going to access all these array elements? Yes, by using their indices, because with respect to array, indexes or indices are by default available. So with the help of that index, we are directly going to access each and every element, as well as we are going to update that particular element which is available, or we are going to insert new element if that particular block is available with respect to that array. Yes guys, clear about this? So this is related with all about array. So suppose I want to accept this data from user end. So how we are going to access this data from user end, guys? Yes, so let us start with the actual coding. You just tell me how we are going to access that particular data from the user end. Okay, means user is going to enter the data, and our compiler is going to accept that data one by one. Okay, so let us start with the actual code. Yes, so before that, we have to declare the array. Okay, I have declared that array to size 5. Next one, yes, in the yesterday's lecture, I have shown you, suppose we have to display the data which is available inside that inside that array. So we are using the for loop, because with the help of array, we are directly point to single address, but in that single address or single memory location, there are multiple blocks with respect to that array. So suppose we have to access all these blocks, so in that case we are using that for loop. Similar way, suppose we have to store data inside that array. Okay, means inside all these blocks, so again we have to iterate all these blocks one by one, or we have to visit all these blocks one by one. Yes guys, clear? So how we are going to repeat this particular process? So for that particular purpose, again we are using the for loop. Okay guys, so I will write here, cout the message, enter data for array, whatever you want. Okay, so next one, how you are going to accept that data, guys? So I'm using the for loop, integer I is equal to 0. With respect to array, first index is always 0. Okay, next one, yes, what is the
I less than
I less
5.
I less than 5? Because why 5? Because our array size is 5. So that's why here in this case we are going to check that condition I is less than 5. Okay, and next I plus plus, means this particular condition is valid up to which, up to I is equal to 4. When I is equal to 5, in that case this particular condition is goes to false. So that's why, or it will return as a false. So that's why from 0 to 4, it will return 5 different index. Okay. Next, we want to accept data for that particular array. Yes. So we are using which function, guys? We are using cin function. Yes. Cin.
A of I.
And
A of I.
we have to store all the data inside the array. So what is the name of that array? A is nothing but the array, and we have to store all the data with respect to their indices. So how we are going to provide indices? By using this I. So just look at the guys. What will the first value for this I? Is the 0. Yes, guys, clear? So A of 0. So array always start with 0. So whatever be the value entered by user is available at that 0th position. And according to that, one by one, your for loop is going to increment by 1, and you are going to store all these values inside that for loop. Okay, guys, clear? So this particular for loop is about accepting the data. And suppose if you want to display the data which is available with respect to that for loop, yes, how you are going to display that data? So I am using data, the message data which is available with us, or with array, with that array. Yes, again, to display that data,
Again for loop.
we have to use again for loop, because we have to display that particular for loop. So again, I is equal to 0, I less than 5, and I plus plus. So again, which function we are using? Either cout or cin to display the data. So for that particular purpose, we are using cout. And how we are going to display that data? Okay, first of all, I will show you the index. So from which variable we will get that index? By using I. So I is related with index. So I and the data, I 0 and the data. Whatever the message which you want, you just try to enter. So data, and yes, then A of I. So with the help of that, you will get all the data which is available inside that for loop. So now this is enough. So I will execute this code. Guys, look at the enter data for array. So how many elements you are going to enter? Yes, how many elements?
5 elements.
5 elements, because this particular message or this currently compiler inside this cin. So we have to enter 5 different values. So first, this is related with 0th index. Next, 4, this is for related with first index. 3 is related with second index. Again, I will enter 7 and 8. So guys, look at this data which is available with array I, means that is related with message. I is nothing but the I variable, and the value with respect to that I is nothing but the 0, and 0th index, this particular 5 is available. Okay, guys, clear? Because we have entered in that manner. First of all, 5 4 3 7 8. Just look at the 5 4 3 7 8. Okay, guys, clear? How we are going to enter the data with respect to this array? Yes, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is basic example we have done with. Yes, any doubt with respect to this, guys? Now my question is for everyone, those who are known, just please wait for some time, because others will give this answer. Suppose I want data from user end. Suppose user want to enter 5 elements. Next, user want to enter 10 elements, user want to enter 15 elements during runtime. So how we have to perform, or in which case we have to change this code is, suppose I'm the user, and for current execution I want to enter 10 different elements. If this code I will execute this code every time, so it will accept only 5 different elements, because we have provided 5 at static level. But suppose as per the user requirement, I have to iterate this particular for loop. So where you are going to do the changes, guys? Yes.
Sir, inside the number of elements, when we are declaring the array, we will take there some variable, and we will display message how many elements do you want to add inside this array from the user. And inside the for loop also we will give I less than n or any variable name.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Anyone? Okay. Instead of 5, I want any number. Runtime. Yes. Any other? Okay. Succeed done. Next. Anyone? Just
Sir,
unmute yourself and yes.
sir,
Ask. Yes. 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 Ganesh.
सर ते इंट हे 5 ब्रॅकेट मध्ये 5 आहेत ना,
Hmm.
तर फॉर लूप यूज करून नंतर ना मग आपण रन टाइम मध्ये घेऊ शकतो.
Okay. Yes. Any other? Yes. Anyone? Yes. Ganesh is right. Okay. Anyone? 14, 16, 52. Yes. Anyone? 4. So here in this case, we have considered this 5 as a static. Instead of that, suppose I will consider as a NO. NO means the number which user is going to be enter. And for that particular purpose, first of all, I have to provide some value for that particular NO. Yes, guys? Because for every execution, that particular NO is nothing but different value. So again use one more variable, that is NO means number, and for that particular number accept data from the user. So enter the size of array, what will be the message which you want. Okay, next, how you are going to accept that size? For that particular purpose, we have considered one more variable, that is NO. Now assign that NO to this particular array. So now runtime, suppose I will enter 10. So what will be the size of that array? Is 10. Suppose for next execution, I will enter it as a 50. So next array size is 50. Okay, so this is related with array size. What about accepting data? Yes, so instead of this 5, use that directly NO. What will be the data? Data user is going to be enter. So yes, we have done with this, guys. So I will execute this code. Okay, look at the guys. Enter size of array. Here he's not asking about the directly data. First of all, he is asking about the size. So here in this case, first case, I will provide the array size is 3. Next, how many data or how many blocks are there with respect to this array? Only 3 blocks, because we have provided the size of that particular array is 3. So how many elements you are going to be enter? Only 3 elements. Just look at the guys, 9, 8 and 7. So once I will enter that 9, 8, 7, automatically that particular for loop is going to be fill for 4th value, and this will display only 9, 8 and 7. So in this manner, we are going to accept the size of that particular array from user, and we are going to check it runtime. Yes, guys, clear? Yes. If you have any doubt, then ask me. Yes, anyone? Yes. If you have any doubt, then ask me with respect to this, how we are going to accept that data and so on. Yes, guys, anyone? Yes, if you have any doubt, then ask me immediately. Yes, guys. Unmute yourself and ask me. What is that, Sejal? What is that integer a of n? What do you mean by that integer a of n means?
तर ते मगाशी ह्याला म्हणजे एनोच्या ऐवजी एन घेतला असता फक्त तरी तसंच करता आलं असतं ना.
Guys, no is nothing but the variable which I have been considered. So instead of that no, use any variable which you want, either n, no, or in another word your name also. That is also valid variable, guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Use any as per your choice. But why no? No is nothing but the number. So that's why I have that considered as a no. Yes. Any other doubt, guys, regarding to this? Yes, no doubt. Shall we proceed with next one?
Sir.
Okay. Okay. So with respect to this array, next one, basically there are different types with respect to this array, guys. So first type is called as one dimensional array. It's called as, I will write, there are three different types. One dimensional array, one dimensional array. Second type is called as, like instead of this one dimensional, second one is called as two dimensional array, and third one is called as multi-dimensional array. Okay, so these are the three different types. Multi-dimensional. So whatever the example which we have done is belong from which type? Yes, guys, can anyone? Yes, whatever the example, or this particular integer a of 5 which is available in front of you, this particular example
One
is belong from
dimensional array.
which type? Is from one dimensional.
One dimensional.
One dimensional, because only one dimension is, or one array size is available with this. Okay, so let us move towards the second one. I will just show you what is the syntax with respect to two dimensional array, or in another word it is called as 2D. Okay, 2D array or two dimensional array. So the syntax, how you are going to represent that two dimensional array. So again, same syntax. First of all, we are using the data type integer, then the name of that particular array, and we are using two different square brackets. Okay, so this one is nothing but two dimensional. Okay, so first square bracket is for first dimension and second square bracket is for second dimension. Okay, so inside the first dimension, yes, we are providing, or we are using it for row purpose, and second one we are using it for column purpose. Okay, guys, clear? So I will just show you the simple how that particular array is available, two dimensional. So suppose this one is nothing but the representation with respect to that array, and inside that, if suppose we are talking about the three dimensional, sorry, with respect to dimensional, and both the values are 3, so in that case 3 means what, guys? Okay, I will write here one example. Integer a of 3 of 3. So how it actually works, or the representation of this array is nothing but in this manner. So this particular array is having 3 different rows and 3 different columns. Okay, yes, guys. So this is called as row 1. This is called as row 2, and this is called as row 3. And this one, this particular upper part is called as column 1. Next one is called as column 2, and next last one is called as column 3. Yes, guys, clear? This one is nothing but the representation with respect to this two dimensional array, a of 3 of 3. Okay, so this particular, okay, so the name of this particular array is nothing but the a. Okay, so a is nothing but the name for that particular array, and this particular array is going to having 3 different rows and 3 different columns. So this is called as two dimensional array. Okay, how actually the representation with respect to two dimensional array? Yes, guys, clear with this?
Yes,
Suppose I want to, my basic question is that, suppose compiler is want to access this particular middle block, so how compiler is going to access this block, or how you are going to provide that particular block to the compiler? Yes, what is the position for this
A-
particular block? Yes,
A
One,
two
one.
two, sir.
1 1.
A22.
A11.
okay. Guys, don't confuse with this. By default, array size start with 0. So 0, this is as 1, this is as a 2. Okay. So everyone is clear, right? 0, then 1, and then this particular index is nothing but 2. But there are 3 different rows. Okay. So the location which we are going to access, that particular circle is available. So that particular index is nothing but a of 1 of 1. Okay, guys. With the help of that particular index, we are going to access that particular. If suppose I'm going to mention this one, a of 0 of 0. So which position is available for compiler? Yes, guys.
Row 1 and column 1.
The first one.
Row
First
1 and
position.
column 1. Guys, this particular block is available for that particular, in that case. Okay, this particular. If suppose I am going to enter one more, a of 1 of 2. Yes, which position is accessible, guys, in this case?
Row 2 and column 3.
So a of 1 means the first row and 2 column. So means which one? So this one. So means this particular a of 1 of 2. Okay, so with the help of a of 1 of 2, compiler is going to access this particular value. And in the same manner, if you want to initialize that particular variable or that particular block, so if you want to initialize, suppose 1 as to 2 as to a of 1 of 2, and if you want to provide it to 3, so this particular 3 value is available inside this particular block. Yes, guys, clear? So in this manner, again, you are going to initialize individual block, or if you want to initialize all the blocks, you can initialize. So if I want to initialize whole this array a of 3 of 3, so how many blocks are there with respect to this block, this array? Yes, how many blocks?
9 blocks.
Yes, total 9
9
blocks are
blocks.
there.
9 blocks.
Yes, guys, 9 blocks. So we have to provide how many values? 9 different values to fill this particular matrix at initial level. Okay, guys. Okay, so how you are going to initialize this one? So in that case, I will just show you the code. I will save this for you. 1 second. Sorry for guys. So here in this case we have done with this initialize with respect to 3-dimensional. So let us start with the actual implementation. Yes, everyone clear with this theoretical part? Yes, guys, shall we move towards actual
sir.
implementation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, all of you,
Yes,
all
sir.
of you clear with this? How we are going to represent this multi-dimensional array? Okay, now we are moving towards the actual implementation with respect to this. Okay, so I will open this compiler. Okay, so I will remove this code which is available with this. Okay. Next one. So first of all, initialize that particular array. Suppose normal, we are going to consider a of 3 is equal to yes, how many values which we are going to consider for this one? Total 9 values, because 3 into 3, okay, 3 rows and 3 columns. If suppose I am using, okay, for example, I am using 2 and 3, yes, how many values are there, or what is the size of this particular array, guys?
6 values.
6.
Six
2
values.
into 3, okay,
6 values.
okay guys, yes. So we are going to enter how many values here? Total 9 values.
values.
Okay, so this is the one way to represent that one. Or in another way, yes, how you are going to represent this one? Suppose I want to represent the second array. So I'm using in this manner also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one, 7, 8, 9. Yes, guys, clear what I have been written? Yes, guys. Okay, I will show you directly display in separate way. Okay, in this manner. Suppose we have to display. So this is the first way. Directly use all the 9 values inside the single curly bracket. This is the one way. By default, compiler is going to consider first 3 values for first, okay, first row, next 3 for next row, and next 3, 7, 8, 9 is for next, means last row. But here in this case, this is the another way in which you are going to represent it. Use the single curly bracket. Inside that main curly bracket, 1, 2, 3 is for first row, 4, 5, 6 for second row, and 7, 8, 9 for third row. Yes, guys, clear? These are the two different ways to represent that multidimensional. And then next one, suppose we want to display the data on console. So how we are going to display, guys? So for that particular purpose, we have to use, yes, we have to use 2 different for loops. I will just show you why we have to require 2 different for loops. Okay, so I is equal to 0, I is less than, yes, I is less than 3, because the rows with respect to this particular array, how many rows are there? 3 rows. So that's why I is less than 3, and then I plus plus. Next one, if suppose I'm using this only first for loop, so what will happen, guys? This particular for loop is only for the row, is for only first, is only for row. I will write here, this particular for loop is only for row. First outer for loop is always is for row. Next one, when we are using the second one, we have to access the actual column. So that for that particular purpose, again we have to use another for loop. Yes, and that particular for loop, again, what is the size of that particular column? Is again 3. So that's why again we are going to compare with respect to 3. Okay, so for j is equal to 0, j less than 3, and j plus plus. And here we have to print that particular for loop. So how we are going to print? With the help of cout. Yes, guys. Yes, how you are going to print that for loop? Suppose we want to print the first
A of I of j.
So
Aij.
from that A, we want the first row. So first row is available from which variable? From I or j?
I.
Is available from the I. So A of I. And next one is related with column, that is related with j. Okay, so what will happen, guys? For first iteration, I is nothing but 0 and j is nothing but again 0. So A of 0, 0 is nothing
0,
but
0.
it will print it as a 1. Next one, which variable is going
0
to
1.
increment? Either I or j, guys. Yes, we are using nested
J
for
will
loop.
increment.
So j will increment. Inner for loop is going to be increment. Okay. So what will be the value of j for next iteration? Now j is 1. So what is the value for next iteration? Okay. What is the value for first iteration? A of 0,
0 0.
A of 0 0. For next iteration, its value
0
is
1.
0 and 1. Okay. For third iteration, A of 0
0 2.
and 0 2. So for next iteration, now j is 3, but for j is equal to 3, 3 less than 3, this particular condition is going to be fail. So in that case, your compiler exit from inner for loop and jump to this particular I loop. So now I is again going to be increment by 1. So what is the value for next iteration? I. Now I become
I
1. So
I 1.
I 1. So what is the next iteration? A of
1 0.
and again you are going to insert inside the inner for loop. So for next for loop, again j is initialized to 0. So the next value for j is 0. Again call that particular A of 1 and 1. Okay. So in this manner, your total 9 values is going to be print. Okay, guys, clear how actually multidimensional works? Okay, I will use space to display it in proper format, and I am using here one more /n to reprint it. And once I will execute this particular loop, it will display in this manner. Yes, guys, is this visible? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This particular displayed in proper format. Yes, guys. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is called as multidimensional. And suppose if you want to display its position, so instead of this A, I will just print its positions. What is the actual position with respect to this? I'm not using A, guys, but actually I'm not using the array. I want just to print the I and J. So I will use the comma in between this. So we'll clear about the positions. Okay, so these are the guys positions. Just look at the first position is nothing but the 0 0. Second one 0 1, 0 2, 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, 2 0, 2 1 and 2 2. Yes, guys, clear? These are nothing but the values which we have received from that for loop or with respect to I and J. Yes, means these are nothing but index values with respect to that multidimensional array. Yes, guys, clear with this index?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will do one thing. I will just copy this code for index as well as array. Okay, this particular for loop, first for loop is for index, and I am using second one is for directly for value. So A of I of J. Now look at the guys, and I will use the one more sort function values for 2D, two-dimensional array. Okay, /n/n, and I'll execute this code. Just look at the guys. Again, I will use the two different /n/n. I will execute this code. Okay, look at the guys. So first part, these are nothing but the indices. Okay, and second one, these are nothing but the values which are available with respect to our actual array. Okay, with respect to A. Yes, guys, done with this? Clear, everyone? Okay, I will copy this code. Till time you just try to identify is there any error. If you have any difficulty,